College spaces.
A very brief history. Very. Plato, an ancient Greek philosopher, founded the first institution of higher education around 387 BC in Athens, Greece. Unlike his teacher, Socrates, who had taught in open public places, in spaces available to any free citizen like the marketplace or the courthouse steps, Plato established a permanent place for a school in a public park called Academia. Plato's Academia became the first institution of higher education in Western civilization. And, as you may have guessed, the park where Plato set up his campus is where we get the term academics. Among the pupils in Plato's academy was an 18-year-old foreigner named Aristotle. Aristotle stayed in Athens for 20 years studying under Plato, then moved to Macedonia where he would take on a pupil of his own. The young boy's name was Alexander, who later in life would be known as the Great. Eventually, Aristotle returned to Athens where he founded his own school. Like Plato, Aristotle placed the school in a public park. The park was called the Lyceum. Both Plato and Aristotle's schools included a gymnasium and coupled intellectual instruction with physical exercise. A later visitor to Athens described the beauty of the schools. A park-like setting planted with trees and grassy lawns. There were festivals of every kind, recreation and pastimes for the soul from every kind of philosopher. In the schools, there were many spectacles. Aristotle's school later became known as the Peripatetic, so named after the walking paths in the Lyceum, and, as legend has it, Aristotle taught students while walking on the park's pathways. These first schools were located in beautiful garden spaces, isolated from the hubbub and business of working and family. Why? Because these things were viewed as a distraction from concentration on study and physical fitness. Hundreds of years later, during the Dark Ages in medieval cities, students would both learn and live in instructors' homes. For poor teachers who were itinerant, traveling from town to town, they taught in open spaces, in rented rooms, and in some cases, pubs. Eventually in Europe, cathedral schools, originally devoted to clergy, started to diversify and started to teach more varied subject matter. And modern colleges in Western societies still follow practices developed long ago in medieval monasteries and guilds. For instance, learning in an isolated space that is removed from daily life activities. Long hours of solitary study while cloistered away in a quiet place. And deep reflection on abstract ideas. Now, fast forward to the 2000s. The practice of keeping study separate from the everyday hubbub of life is still visible. Traditional college campuses are like mini-cities. Some are even fenced off from the outside world. College mini-cities offer students living quarters, cafeterias, grocery stores, shopping places, and entertainment, all designed to keep students on campus. And, much like a monastery, cloistered away from everyday life. Even at commuter colleges without living quarters, spaces are designed to keep students on campus when not in class. Just like traditional universities, there are spaces to eat, study, socialize, shop, and exercise. Today, as it was in the past, the actual place where students learn is integral to their education. And the important link between education and place is as old as the first known college.